class, we are going to learn about the access specifier. In our previous class, we learned about what is class, what is object, class definition, class declaration, and the syntax of the class. Today, we are going to learn about the access specifier. In my previous class, in the syntax of the class, I have mentioned about the access specifiers as private, public, and protected. In today's class, we will learn about the access specifiers in detail. So, what is the meaning of access specifier? Every data member of a class is specified by 3 levels of access protection for hiding data and function members internal to the class. They help in controlling the access of the data members. The different access specifiers are that is private, public, and protected. A real life example, just to understand the concept easily, I am telling this example, that is public means for example a street light, road, water, anyone can access it, no restriction at all. In that case we tell it as public. Private, for example your mobile, WhatsApp, text can be accessed only by you, no one else can access, then it becomes private. Then protected, your assets and properties, you can use the assets and your children can inherit them from you, and your friends can use in case if you give permission. Other than that, no one else can access the property or the asset. So these are the 3 types of access specifier. Private access specifier. Private members of the class can be accessed only by the class member function. That is, the private members of the class can only be accessed within the class and it cannot be accessed outside the class. In case if they don't mention any access specifier in the program, then by default the data members will be considered as private. The example is private. We have to put a colon and then write int x semicolon. Next is public. Public access means the members can be accessed any function inside or outside the class. It can access throughout the program. Then we call it as public. Public void get data semicolon. The third access specifier is protected. And the members which are declared as protected will be accessed only by the member functions and the friend of the class, and also the member functions derived from the class. And the members cannot be accessed from outside the class. Mostly in our programs we don't use protected, we use private and public access specifiers. In most of our programs we are using only 2 access specifiers, that is private and public. In this program we are going to learn how to calculate simple interest. There are 2 header files, that is iostream.h and conio.h. iostream.h is used for C in, C out, and conio.h is used for clear screen, get ch. We are using conio.h. For these 2 functions we are using this conio.h. Next, class is a keyword, and simple interest is the name of the class. And the name of the class is simple interest and class is keyword. And next we are opening the bracket, that is a flower bracket, and closing the flower bracket, and then we put a semicolon. Next we have got private and public. Private and public are access specifiers. And private, when the data is being declared as private, it can be accessed only within the class, cannot be accessed outside the class. When it is declared public, it can be accessed outside the class also. So here we have got float. Float is a data type. Principal, rate, time, SI, all these are known as data members. So principal, rate, time, and SI are the variables we are using in this program. We are declaring it here as data members. There is no need to mention the slash and data members. This is just for your understanding. We have written as data members, but in the program there is no need to mention. And here under the public you have got void input, void compute, void display. These are the 3 member functions of the class. Member functions are input, compute, display. This can be accessed inside or outside the class. Then we close the bracket and put a semicolon. This is important that we are closing the class. Inside the class we have the class definition. That is all these statements are known as class definition. Next we have three member functions that has been declared here, but you have to define that outside the class. Can be defined inside the class or outside the class, but in this program we are defining it outside the class. When we are defining it outside the class, we have to mention the return type, that is void. Simple interest is the class name, and this two colons what we have mentioned here is known as scope resolution operator. These two colons which are mentioned here, in order to access the member functions, we are using an operator called as scope resolution operator. That is, after the scope resolution operator, you have the member function name input, and this entire thing is called as member function definition. Here we are declaring, here we are defining. Then open the bracket and close the bracket. Inside the bracket you have body, that is Cout, enter the principal rate time endl. Endl is used to go to next statement. It is a manipulator which is used, and Cin in order to accept the values principal rate and time. So we have defined the first member function, that is input. Now we are going to define the next input, that is next member function, that is compute. Here you have to find out the output SI, that is simple interest, using a formula principal into time into rate divided by 100. So you get the output, and the output will be stored in SI. The next member function is display. Void simple interest, again we have to use the scope resolution operator and display, and here we are going to display the output which is being stored in SI. Cout simple interest is equal to SI endl, and we are closing the bracket. So three member functions, that is input, compute and display, is been defined outside the class. Since it has been defined outside the class, we are using the operator, that is scope resolution operator, and we are defining the member function outside the class. Now first is input. Input means we are accepting the values, input values, that is principal rate and time. The next thing you are processing, that is you are finding out the answer for the simple interest, that is principal into rate into time, and storing the output in SI. Here to display the output we are using a display member function. Again we are using the return type, class name, scope resolution operator, and display is member function, and here Cout will display the output. Any program starts working from void main. In the void main you have got simple interest, that is the class name, and SI is the object name. So we are using the object name SI in order to call these functions input, compute and display. So class name is simple interest and SI is the object name. Here we are declaring the object, that is using a class name and the object name. We are declaring the object in this statement. Clear screen. Clear screen is used to clear the output screen. The previous output will be cleared. SI dot input. SI is the object name, input is the member function name. In order to access these member functions, we have to use the object name, then we have to use the dot operator, and then the input, that is input is the member function name. Next SI dot compute function, SI dot display function, and get ch. This here we are using this SI object name along with the dot operator and the member function name in order to access the member function input, compute and display. So the control will go to this particular function and it will execute these statements inside this function, and the control again comes back to the main function. Again the compute function, control goes to the compute function. It will calculate the simple interest and store it in SI, and again the control comes back to the main function. The next function display, the control will go to display function, simple interest, and it will display the output. So in order to view this output, you have to see the output screen. That is, in the output screen you will get enter the principal rate and time, then enter the principal time and rate. Once you enter these values, you can see the simple interest value that is calculated, that is 1000 into 5 into 2 divided by 100, the output will be 100.